welcome. You're watching News9. This is Business Plus. We are getting you stories from the world of business, policy and economy. First up, let's begin with markets. Markets, Suyash, how are they panning out this afternoon?
So Shweta, after opening in the positive territory with moderate gains, Indian markets failed to hold on to those gains and succumbed to profit booking and ended lower in today's session. Now, at close, Nifty was down about 0.29% at 19,386 levels, as you can see. It touched an intraday high of 19,584, which is in line with what the experts were saying, that Nifty will face some resistance at 19,600 levels. But what is also concerning is that Nifty failed to hold on to 19,400 levels, which it was able to scale earlier in the week. Now, sensex also ended with losses of about 0.28%. It managed to hold the 65,250 levels. The 30 share index surged, touched an intraday high of 65,913 and an intraday low of 65,181. The broader markets were mixed today. Nifty Mid-Cap 100 ended with gains of about 0.24% at 38,789, whereas a small cap index saw some profit booking and was down about 0.35% at 11,918 levels.
All right. Also joining us on this show is Santosh Meena, who's a senior research analyst at Swastika Investment. Santosh, thanks very much for taking time out this afternoon and for speaking to News9. I want to begin by asking what exactly happened with the markets today. Some positive terrain, positive territory that the markets conquered, however, ending on a flattish note there.
Yeah, first of all, good evening, everyone. So actually, there was a lot of positive news. When there is too much positivity, there is risk of profit booking. And technically, after a correction, we were bouncing back, and Nifty and Bank Nifty both halted near their 20-day moving average. Always market first attempt, market halts at 20-day moving average. Therefore, we saw profit booking from that level. So again, there is a risk that Nifty may slip below 19,300 level. If Nifty falls below 19,300 level, then we can expect a fall towards 19,000, 18,880 levels. Nifty has to cross 19,550 level decisively to conquer towards 19,800 level. So for timing, we were in correction mode, and we saw a bounce back, and Nifty and Bank Nifty both halted near their 20-day moving averages.
All right. Are you anticipating a breach of the 19,300 support level anytime soon? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, today's price action was disappointing because there was a good chance that Nifty can conquer its 20-day moving average because of lots of positivity. Global cues were supportive, and US bond yields also fell in last 2 days. But now, if Nifty breaks 19,300, then we can expect further sell-off, and there is chance that we may see pressure. In afternoon, there is some pressure in Dow future and Nasdaq future from higher levels. Nasdaq future is higher just because of the Nvidia. Otherwise, Dow future has pulled up from higher levels.
Hi Santosh, Suyash. So I read this very interesting report today that Michael Burry, who's known for the Big Short film and betting against the US housing market before the great financial crash, now he's betting against the two key indices, Nasdaq and S&P, and it seems that he has taken a 1.6 billion bearish position in both index. So can we expect some sort of impact on Indian markets as well because of that?
Yes, we can expect. He may not always right, but if he will be right, then if global market fall, then definitely Indian markets will also fall. So we can't remain in isolation for a long time, but we will outperform in the longer time. If there will be any correction because of the global reason, that will be a good buying opportunity because Indian markets are in structural bull run, and it will last for next 5 to 10 years. We will see intermediate correction, but this correction will be a good buying opportunity.
Santosh, I have another question for you. Now, SBI Funds is said to be bolstering its cash holdings, and as it expects RBI to, hike interest rates once again, given that inflation continues to be a concern for the market. Now, can retail investors adopt a similar approach of holding cash rather than investing in stocks right now?
Yes, as we can see that we are seeing some correction from higher levels, and we have seen big outperformance from broader markets. So there is a growth in broader market. So we can expect some cool off in broader market. So we will get a better opportunity, and this is a good time to exit your mistakes. Like if you have bought any wrong stock, so this is an opportunity to exit, and from lower levels you will get an opportunity to enter in quality stocks. So keep some case, keep your order dry for time being, and you will get a good opportunity from lower levels.
All right, stay with us, Santosh. We also want to quickly get my colleague here to perhaps take us through the top sectors that you were tracking. Suyash, run us through the top sectors, the indices, how they performed this afternoon.
So Shweta, Nifty IT was actually an outperformer today. I saw today's segment also. Karthik was talking about how
Nifty
IT sector has performed and bucked the trend in the last few sessions. And one of the reasons why the IT pack was in focus because Goldman Sachs has initiated coverage on 6 heavyweight IT stocks now, including TCS and Infosys. Another sector that was in focus today was Nifty Realty. It was up about 0.2%, and Nifty FMCG, which was up about 0.29%. But we saw some weakness in the Nifty banking space. It ended almost flat at about 0.04% gains, and the sector itself has underperformed Nifty over the past 30 months. Now, Nifty Bank is down about 4% in the last 30 days, whereas Nifty is more or less flat. So that is one of the sectors that I think we should talk about.
All right, Nifty Bank and Nifty PSU Bank perhaps also down by about 0.65% this afternoon. Santosh, how do you explain this? PSU banks, of course, have been giving good returns to their investors over time. Is this some sort of correction that's happening in the markets?
Yes, most of the PSU stocks are outperforming, and as well as PSU banks. But we have to wait if there are signs of correction or not. If Nifty PSU bank start to correct, then we can expect some profit booking. Like if Nifty PSU bank index will slip below 45,050 level, which is its 20-day moving average, then we can expect a correction in PSU basket. But I will say if you will get any correction, then it will be buying opportunity because the overall outlook is still bullish. But stick with top 3 banks like SBI, Bank of Baroda, and Canara Bank.
And Santosh, Nifty now IT pack has been one of the laggards this year, but now we are seeing some sort of a buying interest in the pack with heavyweights stock also seeing some buying action. What's your outlook on Nifty IT and IT stocks in general?
Yes, if you look at the IT stocks, you will see a divergence between the mid cap and large cap. Yes, we are seeing some buying in Infosys, TCS as well, but the broader stocks like today, Coforge, L&T Technology, Emphasis, they are outperforming. So the mid cap stocks from IT packs are doing well. The large cap stocks are consolidating or underperforming. And I believe Nifty IT index is near an important resistance level, 31,500. So if it fails to cross this level, then we can expect some profit booking in Nifty IT stocks as well, especially in large cap counters. So I think they may remain sideways for one more this quarter. Ahead of next quarter, we may see some buying interest from lower level. But for timing, large cap IT stocks may consolidate, mid cap and small cap IT stocks may continue to outperform.
What about the metal pack? Now crude prices are rising. Will it have some impact on that? Do you expect some correction there?
Yes, metal stocks are looking little tricky actually. Despite the rise in dollar index and US bond yields, they didn't fall too much, but they are not railing. They are wait and watch mode. They are anticipating some kind of stimulus from China. If something will come from China, then we can see a dead cat bounce or temporary bounce back in metal counter. But at higher levels, there will be risk of profit booking because China is struggling. So metal stocks don't have clear picture, but they may remain sideways. From higher levels, we may see selling pressure. But if anything comes from China, then we may see a temporary bounce back in metal stocks.
All right, let's also quickly understand the top gainers and losers, Suyash.
Certainly, Shweta. So, if you're talking about the top gainers today in the Nifty pack, it was BPCL which logged about 1.93% gains in today's session. Asian Paints, which has been under pressure for the past month, has seen some buying interest this week, and even today it was among the top gainers in the pack. It was up about 1.78%. IndusInd Bank outperformed the majority of of other listed banks, it was up about 1.26. Infosys on the back of, as I mentioned earlier, Goldman Sachs initiating a coverage on the stock, and it has a buy rating on Infosys with a target price of about 1600, which gives a potential scope of upside of about 12%. So that's why Infosys was also up. Britannia was up about 1% as well. Now, if we are talking about losers, among losers was Jio Financial Services. Now you must be wondering why Jio Financial is still in the Nifty pack. The stock was supposed to be dropped from the Nifty and Sensex both benchmarks yesterday, but at least as far as Sensex is concerned, it will be dropped on August 28th. Nifty has not given a timeline for the exit, so it was down for the fourth consecutive session. It was stuck in the lower circuit and it was down about 5%. Reliance was also among one of the losers today. Reliance saw some buying interest earlier in the morning after we heard that QIA's investment in its retail arm, but then we saw some profit booking there and it was down about 1.84%. Among other losers were DV's Lab, Power Grid and ONGC, which all of them were down about 1%.